He said he had a really high pain tolerance, been through some shit in the military, and that it was the worst pain of his entire life. He had to get like 6 surgeries, and the video I saw, he's done 4. I don't know if he's since done them or how old the video was, but he had like 2 more to go, and he's just now he was just then at the point where he could like walk, but he was walking super wobbly.
Yeah, probably like on Avatar.
Yeah, and maybe get used to it after a while.
Right.
It was wild though.
Dude.
Like he had pictures of him next to his friend, and then before and after. And like before he's like shorter than his friend, and then after he's like towering over his friend. You're just like, what the
How much is that? Like 100,000?
They did say, and I can't remember what it was. It was something like that. I want to say it was more like 200,000, something like that.
That's dumb, dude. You know what that reminds me of? Have you guys ever seen that movie Gattaca?
I
It's
haven't.
with Ethan Hawke and Uma Thurman.
I know the movie. I haven't seen it.
And same thing. So like it's in the future, right? And it's like elites, and so you have your DNA determines your job and where you live and everything like that. And if you have like any, hint of like cancer or anything that's in the future, stuff like that, then it's like wild. Your water bottle. Tony.
Oh, thanks, brother. I've done that on previous episodes too.
And so it's like this whole thing, like and your blood is your marker, so it's your identification. So you go everywhere, you have to give blood and everything. And then there's people who were once elite people, and they're not like able to do it. Like this one person who was like a gold medalist swimmer, and he got hit by a car, and he's now paralyzed, and he can't do all the elite stuff, but he has his elite blood and everything. And so they find like this co-op, and they find somebody who's willing to pay money to live that life for them. So he takes over his elite job, and he pays for the both of them to live. And it was like, all right, you're how tall? And he's like, so on and so forth. And he's like, ooh, he goes, that's going to be a problem. And he's like, well, what about platforms? He goes, not this tall. And in the movie, he's like, we have to do lengthening. And they had to do the leg lengthening surgery.
Ooh.
Yeah.
He said in the movie, usually they just put you on a shadow box and have you stand taller. Because that's what they got to use for Kevin Hart, because Kevin Hart's like this big.
Dude, I noticed that
He's
shit
fucking
like
super small.
crazy.
Yeah.
Because for some reason, I'm obsessed with people's heights. I don't know why. I Google like everybody.
Yeah.
So it drives me crazy when 2 people are like standing next to each other on like a movie promotion poster or something. And they're like looking eye to eye. And you're like, dude, one dude's like 5'8". The other guy's 6'3". There's no way. What are you doing? Like Vin Diesel and I don't know how tall he is.
Sometimes they won't even cast you because of framing. Like they will pick someone because they look good in the frame with the other person. Like if you're like way taller, they won't do it.
Well, me and my wife were talking about this.